Hello there, these are some of the worst exercises possible, and let's get started with the behind the neck pull-up. There is really no point in doing behind the back pull-ups, pull-downs or even military presses whatsoever, because your shoulder is simply not made to go back that far and then exert pressure. The next exercise on the list is a good morning, which is a pretty difficult exercise to perform correctly, or at least for most people, because they have a tight lower back from sitting all day, and also if you're doing this exercise with weights you're about to get injured. The upright row is one of the best known exercises for being one of the worst. This is an exercise that you really shouldn't do because the benefits are very small and the likelihood of getting injured or at least overworking your joints and your muscles at some point is way too high. Sit-ups. A lot of people may be surprised to hear this one, however a sit-up is not an effective way to work on your abdominal muscles, and it even isn't safe. First of all, let's go to the safety. When you're doing a sit-up, almost at the top of the exercise you won't have any lower back support, and what happens then is that your lower back can curve, or at least it can lean forward a little bit, putting extra tension on the discs in between your vertebrae, which is not a good idea. The second reason is because once you're almost halfway, your hip flexors will take over doing the exercise, and most people already have pretty tight or strong hip flexors, and therefore it is not really a good abdominal exercise but rather a hip flexor exercise. Bench presses. Again, some people may be shocked to hear this, however doing full bench presses with a full range of motion, meaning that the bar touches your chest muscles, is not a good idea, because you can already see it puts a lot of strain on your shoulders. It can really injure your joints, your muscles and the ligaments that are over there. You really don't want to go down too far when you're doing bench presses. Now, some people may say that you need to touch your chest with a bar. However, this is true for people that have very short arms and can only get to the 90-degree angle, or perhaps if they have a very big chest, so that it is not that hard to get down that far. Last but not least, the behind the neck military press. Again, this exercise involves your shoulders to have to go back as far as possible, and then you will put tension on your shoulders, which is not a good idea. So these were some of the worst exercises that you should not do. Check out my other videos on my channel, subscribe for more, and I will see you next time. You can now get my full bodyweight workout program on my web shop. Check out jeromefitness.com/shop for more ebooks, workout programs and personal training.